Shining on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high and let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied.
Welcome back to Bilingual Health and Wealth Academy. Today we're doing a deep dive into Fat and Failing, a book that really makes you rethink obesity.
Yeah.
Our guide is the author, Dr. Shu Chen Hong.
It's Dr. Ho.
Dr. Ho, right?
Yeah.
Who, by the way?
She has such an interesting background.
I know. Scientist, writer, even a music composer.
It's true. She really does do it all.
And she also founded Kokushin-san Ltd.
Yeah. A company that's all about making education accessible for everyone.
Which is a great transition to Fat and Failing because this book really breaks down this complex topic.
It does. And it's a topic that's so often oversimplified.
Right. Like most of us have heard, eat less, move more. But does that really work?
Well, it seems so simple, right?
Right.
But Fat and Failing shows us that weight loss.
It's so much more than willpower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It dives into the biology, the environment, even culture.
So it's not just about one person's choices.
No, not at all. It's like blaming a flood on a single raindrop. You have to look at the whole system.
I love that analogy. It really shows how much more is going on.
Yeah.
So let's start with the biology. What's happening in our bodies that makes it so hard for some people to lose weight?
Well, one really fascinating thing the book talks about is leptin resistance.
Okay.
Leptin is a hormone, and it tells your brain that you're full.
Okay.
But for some people, that message doesn't get through.
It's like,
shouting, "I'm full," into a void.
oh, wow.
Your brain just doesn't get the signal.
So you just keep eating.
Yeah, even when your body doesn't need more food.
Oh, I can see how that would be so frustrating.
It can be. Yeah.
I mean, I know I've definitely felt physically full, but still wanted to keep eating.
Yeah. Could be leptin resistance.
Wow.
And that's just one example.
There's so much more.
There are also genetics, hormones, your metabolism.
Wow. So it's not just about willpower then.
Yeah.
It's also about our biology.
Definitely.
But then on top of that, there's the environment.
Right.
The book talks about food deserts, places where it's hard to find healthy food. Like imagine.
Yeah. Try eating healthy when the closest grocery store is a 30-minute bus ride away.
And the only things nearby are fast food places.
Exactly. And convenience stores.
Yeah.
It makes healthy eating a huge challenge.
Right. It's not just a choice.
No, it's a logistical thing, and it costs more, too.
It makes you wonder if we really have free choice when it comes to food.
That's such a good point.
And it's not just about access either.
No, it's not.
Food industry, they spend so much money figuring out how to make us want their products.
They have.
Like those huge portion sizes, the perfect mix of sugar, fat, and salt.
It's like they know how our brains work.
They do. It's like they've cracked the code.
And it makes those bliss point foods almost impossible to resist.
No wonder we struggle.
It's not just our willpower.
It's like we're up against
Powerful marketing tactics.
that are designed to make us want more and more.
Exactly.
Even the most disciplined eaters can fall for that.
Yeah.
But it's not just biology and the environment. The book also talks about mental health and obesity,
Yes.
something we don't talk about enough
We really don't.
because it's so important.
It is.
Like chronic stress, anxiety, depression,
Right.
they can all lead to overeating.
They do.
You know, when we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol,
They do.
and that increases appetite
Yeah.
and makes us crave comfort food.
It's a vicious cycle.
Totally. I mean, who hasn't reached for the chips or ice cream after a tough day?
So relatable.
But what does the book recommend for dealing with stress eating?
Well, it has some good practical tips, like mindfulness exercises.
Okay.
To help you become more aware of your eating habits
That makes sense.
and to figure out what your emotional triggers are.
So it's about understanding why you're reaching for the food
Yeah.
and then finding healthier ways to cope.
Right, like going for a walk,
Cook.
talking to a friend, maybe practicing some relaxation techniques.
Okay.
It's about realizing that food isn't always the answer.
It's about finding other ways to take care of yourself.
Exactly, both physically and emotionally.
And that really ties into Dr. Ho's main point,
Which is,
that obesity isn't just a personal failing.
it's not.
She argues that blaming people ignores all these complex factors.
Right.
The biology, the environment, the mental health piece.
Like trying to solve a puzzle.
By looking at only one piece.
You need the whole picture.
Exactly. And to really show this, the book introduces Maria.
Oh, Maria.
She's got a genetic predisposition to weight gain.
Okay.
She lives in a food desert,
Right.
and she uses food to cope with stress.
Wow. It really shows how it all comes together.
Her story shows us that we can't just blame people for their weight.
It's so much more complicated than that.
So if blaming individuals doesn't work, what does Dr. Ho suggest?
Well, she makes a really strong case for focusing on prevention.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for people to have weight problems, what if we started earlier?
Like teaching kids about nutrition.
Yeah.
Encouraging physical activity from a young age.
Right. And creating communities that make healthy living easier.
So make it easier to choose healthy options.
Yeah. Imagine if the healthy choice was also the easy choice.
That would be amazing. Now, prevention is crucial. But what about people who are already struggling with obesity?
Well, the book addresses that too.
Has it?
Yeah, Dr. Ho talks about the flaws in our current treatments and how we need more personalized strategies.
That's interesting. So in the next part of our deep dive, let's explore some of those solutions that Dr. Ho talks about.
Okay.
Both for preventing and addressing obesity.
Great.
It sounds like she's offering a whole new way of thinking about this issue, and I'm excited to see where it leads.
Yeah, I think you'll find her insights really challenging and empowering.
I'm sure I will. Stay tuned.
Okay. Welcome back to our deep dive into fat and failing.
We've been talking about all the things that lead to obesity.
Yeah, biology, the environment, the food industry.
And how it's not as simple as just willpower.
Right. It's a whole system that makes it tough to make healthy choices.
Exactly. So Dr. Ho is arguing that we need to look at this differently.
Yeah, we need to stop blaming individuals and look at the root causes.
She's suggesting a whole new approach.
Right. A multi-pronged approach that addresses everything.
So let's jump into those solutions.
Okay.
Starting with prevention. Dr. Ho is really pushing for investing in early education.
She is.
And intervening early. What does that look like in practice?
Well, it's about giving kids the knowledge to make healthy choices.
Okay.
Imagine cooking classes where they learn about nutrition.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and school gardens where they grow their own food.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And maybe even make recess mandatory so they're more active.
Yeah, get them moving.
Instead of sitting in front of a screen all day.
It's making healthy habits fun instead of just lecturing.
Right, exactly. It's about making it enjoyable.
And it's not just schools, right?
No, not at all.
Communities have a big role to play, too.
Yeah, like parks and walking trails and bike lanes.
So people can be active.
Exactly, no matter how old they are or what their abilities are.
And affordable, healthy food.
Yes. We need to deal with those food deserts.
Where fresh produce is hard to find.
Right. Maybe encourage grocery stores to open in those areas.
Or support farmers market.
Exactly. Make it easier to find healthy options.
So it's about making the healthy choice the easy choice.
Exactly.
But even with prevention,
some
people will still develop obesity.
It's true.
So what happens then?
Well, Dr. Ho isn't a fan of those one-size-fits-all weight loss programs.
I'm not surprised.
She thinks treating everyone the same ignores how different we all are.
Yeah.
It's like assuming everyone with a headache needs the same medicine.
That's a good point. Everyone's different.
Exactly. So what did she suggest instead?
Yeah, what's the alternative?
Personalized weight management.
Okay.
Taking into account all those individual differences.
Genetics, metabolism.
Yes. Lifestyle, culture, even their goals.
So it's a more tailored approach.
It is. Instead of a generic diet, you work with a dietitian.
Okay.
And you find activities they enjoy.
Instead of forcing them into something that doesn't fit.
Exactly. It's all about finding what works for them.
That makes a lot of sense. But weight loss is still hard.
Oh, it is.
Even with a personalized plan.
It is.
And Dr. Ho doesn't ignore the emotional side of it either.
No, she doesn't.
We often just talk about the physical effects of obesity.
We do.
But the mental and emotional impact is huge.
It is. Things like stigma, shame, guilt.
It makes it even harder to ask for help.
Absolutely. So Dr. Ho says mental health support is key.
What does that look like?
It could be therapy, mindfulness, support groups, or even just a doctor who really listens.
Or one who understands.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about treating the whole person.
Not just the number on the scale.
Exactly.
And Dr. Ho doesn't stop there.
No, she doesn't.
She says we need policy changes too.
We do. Individual choices aren't enough if the system is working against us.
What kind of policy changes?
Well, she talks about regulating food marketing aimed at kids.
Those cereal boxes and sugary drinks.
Exactly. They're designed to be tempting.
It's tough for kids to resist.
And she suggests taxing sugary drinks.
Okay.
That might discourage people from drinking them.
Yeah.
And the money could fund health initiatives.
That's interesting.
These are just a few examples. The book goes into more detail.
I bet. It's exciting to think about what could happen if these changes were made.
It is.
And it's not just the government's responsibility either.
No. We can all do our part.
We can speak up.
Yes. Write to your representatives.
Support organizations working on food access.
And talk to people about it.
Yeah, raise awareness.
Change starts with awareness.
It's amazing how much power we have to make a difference.
It really is.
Yeah.
Both in our own lives and for others.
Welcome back to our deep dive into fat and failing.
We've talked about all the things that make obesity so complex.
And how it's not just about willpower.
Right.
So now let's talk solutions.
Yeah, Dr. Ho really paints a picture of a healthier future.
I like that. And she says it starts with prevention.
Yes, instead of waiting for obesity to happen.
We should try to prevent it in the first place.
Exactly. Make healthy choices the easy choices.
But how do we do that? It's not like we can just make healthy food appear everywhere.
It's true. It's going to take a lot of different things working together.
Like what?
Well, she talks about early education.
Okay.
Like, what if we taught kids about nutrition in a fun way? Imagine, like, school gardens where they grow vegetables.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Right? And cooking classes where they learn about healthy ingredients.
Yeah, make it hands-on.
And maybe even make recess mandatory.
Get them moving.
So they're not just sitting around all day.
It's about building those healthy habits early on.
Exactly. Instead of just lecturing them about food.
Make it fun. Make it engaging.
Right. And it's not just about schools either.
No, it takes a whole community.
Exactly. We need parks, walking trails, bike lanes.
So people can be active.
Yes. No matter their age or ability.
And we have to address food deserts.
Yeah, those areas where healthy food is hard to come by.
Maybe we could encourage grocery stores to open in those areas.
Yeah. Or support farmers markets.
Make healthy food more accessible.
Right. Make it the easy choice, the default choice.
Okay, but even with all that, some people will still develop obesity.
It's true.
So then what?
Well, Dr. Ho is pretty critical of those one-size-fits-all weight loss programs.
Yeah, she doesn't think they work too well.
She thinks it ignores how different we all are.
It's like giving everyone the same medicine for different illnesses.
Exactly. It's just not effective.
So what does she suggest instead?
Personalized weight management.
Okay.
Looking at each person individually.
Taking their genetics into account.
Yes. Their metabolism, their lifestyle.
Their culture, their goals.
Everything. So instead of a generic diet.
You work with a dietitian to make a personalized plan.
Right. And find activities they actually enjoy.
Not something they're forced to do.
Exactly. It's about finding what works for each person.
That makes sense.
But even then, we know weight loss is tough.
It is.
And Dr. Ho talks about that emotional side, too.
The stigma, the shame, the guilt.
It's all there. And it makes it even harder to get help.
So she's saying mental health support is really important.
Absolutely. Whether it's therapy or support groups.
Or even just having a doctor who really listens.
Exactly. Someone who's compassionate and understanding.
It's about treating the whole person.
Not just the weight.
Right. And she goes even further.
She does.
Saying we need policy changes too.
We do. Individual choices aren't enough.
If the system is working against us.
Right. Like, she talks about regulating food marketing to kids.
All those sugary cereals and drinks.
Exactly. They're everywhere. And they're designed to be tempting.
It's hard for kids to resist that.
And she suggests taxing sugary drinks.
Okay.
To discourage people from buying them.
And use the money for health programs.
Right. These are just a couple of ideas.
The book goes into more detail.
It does.
It's pretty amazing to think about what could be possible.
It is. If we actually made these changes.
And it's not just up to the government either.
No. We can all advocate for these changes.
We can write to our representatives.
Support organizations working on food access.
Talk to our friends and family about it.
Raise awareness.
Exactly. Because change starts with awareness.
It does.
And it's amazing how much power we have to make a difference.
It's true, both for ourselves and for others.
So Dr. Ho's book really gives us a lot to think about.
It does.
It challenges those old ideas about obesity.
And encourages us to look at it in a new way.
With more compassion and understanding.
Exactly. It's not about blame, it's about finding solutions.
Solutions that work for everyone.
And creating a world where everyone can be healthy.
I think that's a great place to wrap up.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more about this,
you should definitely check out Fat and Failing.
You can find it at kokoshungsan.net.
Along with other great resources.
That's kokoshungsan.net.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive.
And that it's inspired you to learn more.
And to be part of the solution.
Remember, we can make a difference.
When we work together.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Rise up, feel the fire in your chest. Chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits. let's just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise. In the darkest night, stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force, don't you ever give up. Take a stand, make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high and let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. In the depths of the night, when shadows try to dim your glow, remember you're a beacon, a guiding light. The stars echo, hold on to hope, let it fuel your burning desire. For in every challenge lies the spark of a brighter fire. So when the journey gets tough and the road seems long, just close your eyes, hear the chorus and carry on strong. With each step, with each breath, let your brilliance ignite. For you, my friend, were meant to shine on through the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest, chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise in the darkest night. Stars to light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest, chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise in the darkest night. Stars to light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. You were born to light up the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest, chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise in the darkest night. Stars to light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. You were born to light up the night. Shine on, we were born to light up the night. Shine on, like the spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on you, you were born to light up the night. In the depths of the night, when shadows try to dim your glow, the guiding light of stars that go. Hold on to hope, let it fuel your burning desire. For in every challenge lies the spark of a brighter fire. So when the journey gets tough and the road seems long, just close your eyes, hear the chorus and carry on strong. With each step, with each breath, let your brilliance ignite. For you, my friend, were meant to shine on through the night.